Assalamu alaikum. I am Dr. Tarifat Alom, Assistant Professor, Department of Pharmacology and Therapeutics, Adin Akis Medical College, Khulna. Dear students, welcome you all to my video class. Today my topic is Introduction of Antimicrobial Drug. Objectives of today's topic: to know about antibiotic and chemotherapeutic agents, antimicrobial drugs and their classification, principle of antimicrobial drug therapy, indications of combination therapy, chemoprophylaxis, irrational use of antimicrobial drug, problems that arise with the use of antimicrobial agents. Now, definition of antibiotics. These are the drugs which are derived from various species of microorganisms and also produced synthetically that suppress the growth and multiplication of other microorganisms or kill them without affecting the host tissue. Definition of chemotherapeutic agents. These are the drugs or agents which are derived from synthetic chemicals that suppress the growth and multiplication or kills the microorganisms. Antimicrobial drugs. Antimicrobial drugs or agents refers to all agents of natural, synthetic or semi-synthetic origin which are effective in the treatment of infections because of their selective toxicity to inhibit or kill the microorganisms without affecting the host tissue. It includes both antibiotics and chemotherapeutic agents. Now, classification of antimicrobial drug. Antimicrobial drug can be classified in many ways. Firstly, we can classify according to spectrum of activity. According to spectrum of activity, antimicrobial drugs are three types. Number 1, narrow spectrum. Number 2, broad spectrum. And number 3, extended spectrum. Narrow spectrum antimicrobial drugs effective against either gram-positive or gram-negative organisms. Examples are flucloxacillin, cloxacillin, isoniazid. Broad spectrum antimicrobial drugs effective against both gram-positive and gram-negative organisms. Also, they work against additional organisms such as Rickettsia, Chlamydia, Mycoplasma. Broad spectrum antimicrobial drugs, tetracycline, macrolides, chloramphenicol. Extended spectrum antimicrobial drugs work against gram-positive but improved activity against gram-negative organisms like aminopenicillin, anti-pseudomonal penicillin. Secondly, antimicrobial drug can be classified according to mode of action. According to mode of action, antimicrobial drugs are two types: bacteriostatic and bactericidal. Bacteriostatic drugs that inhibit the growth and multiplication of microorganisms, tetracycline, chloramphenicol, sulfonamides, etc. Bactericidal drugs that kill the microorganisms, penicillin, cephalosporin, aminoglycosides, etc. Thirdly, we can classify antimicrobial drug according to mechanism of action. Antimicrobial drug that act by inhibition of cell wall synthesis like penicillin, cephalosporin, carbapenems, cycloserine, bacitracin. Inhibition of protein synthesis, aminoglycoside, tetracycline, chloramphenicol, macrolides. Inhibition of nucleic acid synthesis. Examples are quinolones, rifampicin, sulfonamides. Directly DNA synthesis inhibitors are quinolones, metronidazole. Directly RNA synthesis inhibitor, rifampicin. And indirectly nucleic acid synthesis inhibitors are sulfonamides, trimethoprim. Alteration of cell membrane permeability. Paulins, polymyx genes, azoles, daptomycin are act by alteration of cell membrane permeability. Fourthly, we can classify antimicrobial drug according to type of organism against which they are primarily active, such as antibacterial drugs, penicillin, tetracycline, antiviral drugs, acyclovir, zidovudin, anti-protozoal drugs, metronidazole, chloroquine, antifungal drugs, nystatin, ketoconazole, fluconazole, antihelminthic drug, albendazole, mebendazole. Fifthly, antimicrobial drugs can be classified according to chemical structure. Beta-lactam antibiotics, penicillin, cephalosporin, monobactams, carbapenem, aminoglycosides, streptomycin, gentamicin, amikacin, macrolide antibiotics, erythromycin, clarithromycin, azithromycin, tetracycline group of drugs like chlortetracycline, oxytetracycline, doxycycline, sulfonamides and related drugs, sulfadoxine, sulfamethoxazole, quinolones, norfloxacin, ciprofloxacin, moxifloxacin. Dear students, first three classification according to spectrum of activity, according to mode of action and according to mechanism of action are very important for written and viva. Now, principles of antimicrobial drug therapy. Number 1. Make a proper diagnosis. Depending on site of infection, responsible organism, sensitivity of drugs. Number 2. Removal barrier to cure. Like drain abscesses, remove obstruction in the urinary tract. Number 3. Justification of chemotherapy. Whether chemotherapy is necessary or not. Number 4. Right selection of drugs. Depending on specificity, pharmacokinetic factors related to drugs, the patient factors like age, sex, pregnancy or other comorbidity. Number 5. Administration of drug in optimum dose and by the most appropriate route. Number 6. Information or advice to the patients. Number 7. Careful about the side effects of the drug. Number 8. Test for cure. Number 9. Continuation of therapy. Usually for most infection, antibiotic should continue for 5 to 10 days. But there are exceptions also like tuberculosis, enteric fever. Number 10. Prophylactic chemotherapy. Treatment with single antimicrobial is sufficient for most infections. Monotherapy is preferred to decrease the risk of antimicrobial toxicity. But there are special circumstances where evidence favor combination therapy. So students, we have to know that what do you mean by combination therapy and what are the indication or advantages and disadvantages of combination therapy. Now, definition of combination therapy. Administration of 2 or more antimicrobial drugs for single disease or for particular infectious disease is called combination therapy. Now, indications of combination antimicrobial drugs therapy. Number 1. To avoid the development of drug resistance in case of tuberculosis. Number 2. To broaden the spectrum of antimicrobial activity in a known mixed infections like peritonitis following gut perforation, septicemia complicating neutropenia or severe community acquired pneumonia. Number 3. To obtain potentiation. Penicillin and aminoglycosides are commonly used in enterococcal endocarditis. Number 4. Helps in reduction of dose of one component and reduce the risk of adverse effect. Flucytosine and amphotericin B are commonly used in Cryptococcus neoformans meningitis. Now the disadvantages of combination therapy. Number 1. Increased incidence and variety of adverse effects. Number 2. Increased chance of superinfections. Number 3. If inadequate doses of drugs are used, chance of resistance may increase. And number 4. Higher cost of therapy. Definition of chemoprophylaxis. Prevention of disease and suppression of existing infections by using antimicrobial drugs is called chemoprophylaxis. Now the categories of chemoprophylaxis. Number 1. True prevention of primary infection. Examples are rheumatic fever, recurrent urinary tract infection. Number 2. Prevention of opportunistic infections. Peritonitis after bowel surgery, bacterial endocarditis after dentistry. Number 3. Suppression of existing infection before it causes overt disease. tuberculosis, malaria, trauma. Number 4. Prevention of acute exacerbation of chronic infection, bronchitis, cystic fibrosis. Number 5. Prevention of spreads among contacts. Now, irrational use of antimicrobial agents. Number 1. Improper selection of drug, dose, route or duration of treatment. Number 2. Treatment began too late. Number 3. Poor host defense as in leukemias, neutropenia. Number 4. Failure to take necessary adjuvant measures. Drainage of abscesses, empyema, removal of renal stones, control of diabetes, etc. Number 5. Trying to treat viral infections or other causes of fever. Examples are measles, mumps, chickenpox, malignancy or collagen disease. Number 6. Pathogens. Development of drug resistance, superinfections, presence of mixed infection. Number 7. Laboratory wrong report of susceptible pathogens. Now, problems that arise with the use of antimicrobial agents. Number 1. Toxicity. Number 2. Hypersensitivity reaction. Number 3. Drug resistance. Number 4. Superinfection. Number 5. Nutritional deficiency. Number 6. Masking of an infection. This is all for today. In my next class, I will discuss remaining part of this topic. Thank you.